Okay. Okay. So everybody watching, this is back to another Spirit Island weird video. I promised you'd get to see what happens when Ocean and Weave and Finder are in play. And at least this is how we're going to rule it. I kind of want to post this video so that I can see how other people would rule this particular thing, because I think, and I stress think, we're doing this correctly. So,
Yeah, maybe someone has some information we don't.
yeah, hope, and if you do have
But
information we don't that explains why this doesn't work, then by all means, please share it not only with us but everyone else who sees this video. Because as far as I can tell, this is technically how it could work, and it should work. We'll see what
how I
happens.
hope it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious if it works. Okay, so this is our board state. Ignore our invader here. We've been play testing our invader that we made up. So this is going to be a really weird looking invader phase in terms of how they interact with the board. Ignore that. You're just here to watch the spirit powers. So we're ready to do fast, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go in the fast. Now, we should note here, I'm going to scroll over a little bit. So we also have Power Storm in effect because we're being really fucking huge dicks to the invader. We're targeting Finder Path Unseen with that. As you can see, I got a few element markers from Elemental Boon as well, allowing me to threshold Weave. The combination here also has Mentor in play, allowing me to... I stole Elusive Ambushes. And
Yep. I have already removed the element markers for that, but it is getting all 4 tiers of Mentor.
So step one here, we already played this out, unfortunately. I can reset the board to what it looked like. It should have been...
Probably should have started with that, but because we could have just rewound to it.
Yeah.
Saved ourselves the time.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what the board looked like at the very beginning here. So we do Weave, well, after we target all the other things first, but then we hit Weave. So target land. So I should also note, so target land, normally Weave has range 1. Finder has the +1 range on everything, so it's actually a range 2. We are targeting from this sacred site to this sands here. Because Finder Path Unseen, if I'm again assuming everything is working right, I can treat any 2 of my lands adjacent and switching them between each action. So treating these 2 lands as adjacent means that I can weave them together. I get to remove 2 invaders, and these are now conjoined lands. Now, this is where it gets weird because of Power Storm. If Power Storm goes off, we'll just target this land, and we're going to make it adjacent to this wetland. That's what I'm thinking of. So now, these 3 lands are now all weaved together into 1 land. I have to remove 2 more invaders. Okay. Cool. Fine. Fun. Why not? Oh, I generate fear. I already generated the fear. I'm not going to bother going that way because, again, we kind of started this halfway through. I'm now going to choose a land to put the defend in. All right, that's cool and all. Why not? We're going to kind of play that one a little bit more by ear. I now need to push half of invaders. Yeah, I need to push them off because now that these 3 lands are all the same, wetlands are ravaging, and we have way too many invaders on there. So these are all technically in 1 land. I need to push half rounded down +1, which is 3 of them. We are going to push them. I don't want to kill my presence yet. Not for 3. Well, Ocean does need the energy, but no, I don't want to kill a presence for 3 explorers. We'll put them in this land that I am adjacent to because I can just drown them there later. Okay. So I get to isolate a couple more lands. Again, playing that a little bit more by ear, but like this land's got the defend 4, but I get to repeat it, so it's defend 8. We will isolate... These lands are already isolated, so let's isolate... Say... 2 isolates. Where do we want them? This is going to build and giving them explore opportunities. So I think we're going to isolate that to prevent some explore opportunities. it'll probably isolate. That one's not going to stop them from going anywhere. This one will stop them from going into the desert, so we'll isolate that land. Okay, so that's the isolation done. Ocean gets to destroy a dude. We're going to destroy this guy, I think. Yes, just because of the rules of our little game here. Add a beast. I don't know if I want to target that land with it. I think I'm going to target that land with blood draws. All right, so I got my fast done. It looks like Shifting Memories did his fast, and Lure is all slow.
Yeah, Lure's all slow.
So that's that. We're just going to go through the turn as per normal. So event card flips up. We are blighted. Add 1 blight to a land with at least 2 blight, but do not cascade. We just lost the game. Because there's no prevention
so much
effect.
for...
Okay. Well, we lost the game because we unfortunately drew a blight card that doesn't let us stop the blight, and we only had 4 blight left. That's unfortunate. All right, so we lost the game. For the sake of argument, we're going to play through this turn, though. All right, we're going to pretend we're going to pretend we had 4 more blight. So
that's so sad. We have exactly enough lands because it has to have 2 or more blight already. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We're in a very bad situation for that exactly. Okay, so we lost this game. Let's just play the slow phase then. That way we don't waste all their time going through this since we've technically lost the game. Okay, so we go into slow phase. We'll build real quick for the sake of argument, just so that the board looks the way it theoretically would look if we were still playing. Not that it really matters outside of the one board, but... And then they go into all the coastlands.
3, 4, 5, 6... 10, 11, 12. We were also, it looks like 1 or 2 Dahan away from losing. So that Ravage, I think that Ravage actually would have just killed us too.
Alright, I'm going to just keep high stacking these guys because I love doing that. Okay, so that's, well, my boards would look like, I guess. I don't know why I was doing your boards too, but this is what the 2 boards that matter. So that's sort of the ones weaved together right now. So we move to slow. Ocean gets to add 1 and then add another one. So we're going to add here. And then we get to add 1 more. I'm going to go...
wherever you want to push to, generally. That way you can immediately turn it into Ocean.
Yeah. Well, he's turning this one into Ocean, probably. But, probably. We'll see. So then he does... 1 damage per 2 towns and cities only between this land, and this land. He only has to destroy this one. Generates fear, yada, yada, yada. 1 of these gets pushed. We'll put it over here. The other 2 get flipped as reminder tokens. And all these guys, which is to say the last 2 of them here, will drown. And now... as can be read by Deeps here, target land permanently becomes part of the ocean on its board. Flip the remaining tokens, they are reminders for the expanded ocean. Well, this land, and this land are all 1 land. So they have all, as far as I can tell, and I've been trying to read through Weave to figure out if there's not, because they has the terrain and the land number. Well, the terrain is now ocean. They are all ocean. This is ocean sands. This is ocean mountains. This is ocean wetlands. I mean, technically, they're all ocean, sand, mountain, wetlands. They just will break into ocean, wetland, ocean, mountain, ocean, sand. If I am understanding the rules correctly, that's how this works. Like I said, maybe you disagree with me, and that's why I wanted to know if I'm missing something. So, after all this is said and done, this is what the board is going to look like. We have ocean here, ocean here, and ocean here. But this, and this are all land still. So we have successfully made ocean tiles that are interior to the island. Now, this is where it gets confusing, because is this legal? Did we misread a rule between Ocean, Finder, and Weave? I mean, I tried looking through the FAQ a couple of times. I've been going over oceans, how the ocean in play takes effect, how the open the ways, and to my understanding, that's how this would work. Is that these are now ocean tiles permanently. Invaders theoretically explore from them. Like, this is probably a really bad thing to do. Funny, but probably a really bad thing to do because they are technically ocean, which means the invaders are now exploring inland from inland.
In like 8 or more lands.
Right.
From these two.
Like, I assume that's how it works. We don't know. That's based on the way we could interpret the cards and the rulings. That's what should happen. And then, yeah, again, probably not a good idea, because if it does work this way, then the invaders are going to explore from tiles inland, which means they're going to be able to explore all over the place.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, like, the creators and whatnot knew this was a capability and were like, it's not that good to do anyway, and just decided to leave it in.
Yeah. Like, I imagine, like, it seems like, for those of you who have played Dota, this seems like the Pudge hook back before the fountain hooking, before they removed that, where it was a bug in the original Dota, but people were like, yeah, it's fun, why not? So they purposefully left it in the game in Dota 2 because people liked it before they eventually removed it because Loda complained, but that's not important. But yeah, like I said, I think you are legally allowed to do this, as bad of an idea as it is. And I wanted to showcase this and put it on YouTube so that you guys could confirm or deny the way this would work. And your reasonings for why it should or should not work. Preferably reasonings for why it should not work, because I already have reasonings for why it should work. I've kind of tried to state them here.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Ocean can put his tile, or his presence on inland lands now. Like,
we've done it.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, everything I can see, this is how it should work. And I want someone to tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. If I'm not, then have fun doing what is probably the worst thing you could ever do to your game for Spirit Island. For Shiggles, yes, it is. It's absolutely hilarious, but probably not a good idea.
It is nothing more than just a meme play. It's I can create a lake, and I want to. Nothing more. There is no, I'm going to win the game with this method. This is not the perfect game of Spirit Island. In fact, this is probably the complete opposite.
This is the most inoptimal strategy you could ever implement.
Yes, this is going to make the game harder for everyone involved, but everyone's going to have a good laugh about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all we got. Just for you guys' sake. So that's what the board looks like. Let me just go back down here. I'll kind of, I'll zoom in on each one of the spirits for a little bit here, so you guys can pause the video if you need to necessarily, double check and reread the rules on Open the Way, Oceans in Play, and
a teased future adversary.
Oh, I'm not doing that. They don't get to see that. We're still in alpha.
Oh, I know. I wasn't saying show them. I was just saying we have now discussed it.
Yeah. No, we for those last year, we are doing our own special adversary, but it's still in alpha. We are not ready to reveal anything quite yet. Once we move to beta, we're probably going to post some more information on that. But
get other people to play it. Hopefully, get feedback there.
This is actually the first game we've lost. No, this is the second game I think we've lost versus them. So thus far we've constantly had been like creeping them up in power because they've typically not been particularly powerful. But yeah, they like I said, I think this is the second game we've lost. If it's not the second, it's the first game. But
I think this is the first.
Yeah, we are losing to them now, which is good. I want to lose more to them to showcase that.
Yes.
Actually,
that we maybe know what we're doing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's this video. thanks everybody for watching, and I can't wait to hear your rulings and your opinions. Well, opinions are, like I said, it's a really bad strategy. Don't do it. But I would like to understand your interpretations of the ruling and whether or not this is a legal play. Until then, we'll
or
see.
if you can find an optimal way to play it that isn't going to screw everyone up. Would love to hear that too, but until then, I wish you luck.
Yeah, the only way I can see this being an optimal play would be if, just for those listening, is if it was necessary to do this strategy in order to force Ocean into a sacred site that would let him cast down on the board you just did this to get rid of it right away. But you were like desperate, like, Ocean doesn't have a sacred site. How am I going to do cast down? We can weave these boards together, and that'll force him into a sacred site where he can cast it from inside the land itself. But I can't see any other excuse than that for being like this being the optimal play.
No, yeah.
All right, sorry, this is going way too long. Anyway, we'll get out of here.
All right, see ya.